Currently, a significant global concern revolves around fostering strong trade and economic collaboration in the midst of rapid globalization and interconnected economies. Lately, attention has shifted towards the growing trade relations and economic partnership between Iran and Burkina Faso, attracting international observers. These two nations are actively exploring opportunities to strengthen their economic ties and capitalize on their untapped economic potential. Many view the burgeoning relationship between Iran and Burkina Faso as a promising new chapter. During a meeting with Burkina Faso's ambassador, Mohamed Kabouré, Majid Takbiri, the head of Iran Expo 2024 organizing headquarters, extended an invitation to Burkina Faso's commerce and economy ministers to participate in the Expo, aimed at promoting mutual trade. Before diving into specifics, it's crucial to grasp the essence of Iran Expos. It centers around the doctrine of exporting the Islamic Revolution, which is the cornerstone of Iran's foreign policy. This ideological foundation involves disseminating the principles of the 1979 Iranian Revolution to both Islamic and non-Islamic nations. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, the founder of the Islamic Republic of Iran, fervently advocated for exporting the revolution as an ideology, a mindset, and an epistemological approach. He stressed the importance of governance rooted in traditional Islamic law under the political guidance of a prominent Islamic jurist. This concept transcends national boundaries, as Khomeini asserted that the principles of the Islamic Revolution are universal and extend beyond Iran's borders. The essence of the Iranian Revolution lies in fostering a spontaneous movement among Muslim nations by serving as a model, educating and propagating without interfering in the internal affairs of other countries. Iran views it as unnecessary to enforce the Islamic Revolution through coercion or manipulation of other societies' structures. The Iran Expo 2024, the 6th International Export Potential Exhibition of Iran, scheduled from April 27th to May 1st, 2024, at the Tehran International Fairground, serves as a platform to showcase Iran's export potential to the global community. Takbiri emphasized that invitations have been extended to both the public and private sectors of Burkina Faso to participate in the Expo, with the primary objective being to demonstrate Iran's export capabilities to other nations. Recognizing the significant increase in commerce between the two countries in recent years, Takbiri expressed the readiness of the Iran Chamber of Commerce, Industries, Mines, and Agriculture to enhance its collaboration with the Burkina Faso Chamber of Commerce. He noted expectations for continued growth in trade exchanges, particularly in the fields of industry, technical and engineering services, and pharmaceuticals between the two nations. On the contrary, the ambassador of Burkina Faso emphasized the significance of strengthening relations between the trade promotion organizations of both countries. He underscored the considerable potential for Iran and Burkina Faso to further develop their relationship across all sectors, particularly in commerce and economics, aiming to foster bilateral trade and economic ties. The Minister of Economics of Burkina Faso is scheduled to participate in the Iran Expo 2024. It's noteworthy that Motaba Faki, Iran's ambassador to Burkina Faso, recently engaged in discussions with Burkina Faso's foreign minister regarding the expansion of cooperation in various fields such as economy, science, culture, and technology. The discussions also addressed the participation of African nations in the Iran Expo 2024 and the strengthening of bilateral trade and economic relations. The foreign minister of Burkina Faso emphasized the growing commercial and economic ties between Tehran and Ouagadougou. During the conference, it was agreed by the relevant organizations, mandated by the foreign ministries of both nations, to follow up on the documents signed at the inaugural Joint Economic, Scientific, Cultural and Technological Commission. Iran and Burkina Faso have signed a memorandum of understanding and 8 cooperation agreements in the fields of economy, construction, and exports. Additionally, Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi undertook a trip to Kenya, Uganda, and Zimbabwe last year as part of a trade and economic outreach initiative to the continent. This signifies a shift from Iran's previous focus, primarily on the Middle East and certain Asian regions. Tehran seems to be increasingly expanding its reach beyond its borders to diversify its economy, especially in light of US sanctions. Following the 1979 seizure of the US Embassy in Tehran, the United States has imposed various restrictions on activities with Iran under different legal authorities. The Office of Economic Sanctions, Policy and Implementation at the Department of State enforces several US sanctions programs that restrict access to the United States for companies engaging in certain commercial activities in Iran. Iran has escalated its diplomatic engagement with developing countries following the withdrawal of former US President Donald Trump from the nuclear agreement in 2018 and the subsequent reimposition of sanctions. Raisi's visit to Africa marked the first time an Iranian president had done so in over a decade, indicating an attempt to broaden economic ties amid severe US sanctions. Burkina Faso stands poised to gain significantly from this engagement. In September of last year, Iranian Oil Minister Javad Oji announced Iran's commitment to aiding in the construction of an oil refinery in Burkina Faso and supplying the West African nation with necessary oil products. He also mentioned that cooperation in the petroleum sector between Iran and Burkina Faso will expand in the future as part of the agreements between the two countries. While he didn't delve into the financial specifics of the petroleum contracts, he highlighted that African countries possess skilled manpower that could meet the needs of Iran's metal sector. Iran, Russia, and other entities adversarial to the West have identified new opportunities arising from a series of coups in 6 former French colonies in the Sahel and West Africa since 2020, including Burkina Faso, Chad, Gabon, Guinea, Mali, and Niger. These coups are viewed by Iran and other critics of Western dominance as a strategic geopolitical opportunity to strengthen relationships in Africa and among broader global South countries like Burkina Faso and Mali, which boast significant reserves of precious resources such as gold, uranium, lithium, manganese, phosphates, and more. Iran sees potential in striking deals with these African nations to access their natural resource wealth and circumvent debilitating sanctions. However, there are inherent limitations to what these developing African countries can offer Iran. Iran's efforts to expand its influence in the Sahel and West Africa should be seen less as a pursuit of substantial economic gains and more as part of a broader strategy to reduce its isolation on the global stage. It's notable that Iran recently joined the BRICS, a coalition of emerging economies, and President Raisi's visits to Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua during his African tour in July underscore Tehran's efforts to strengthen ties with countries antagonistic to the United States in Latin America. The recent upsurge of coups in the Sahel region presents Iran with additional opportunities to further its anti-Western agenda, causing concerns in Washington and Europe regarding Tehran's ability to circumvent sanctions. The Sahel may emerge as a new arena in the economic standoff with Iran, nevertheless. Burkina Faso and Iran have the potential to bolster their economic cooperation through this alliance as Iran aims to lessen its reliance on trade, with traditional allies facing Western sanctions. Meanwhile, Burkina Faso can seek avenues for technological advancement, skill development, and investment diversification, considering its heavy reliance on a limited range of primary commodities. This partnership mirrors a broader trend of growing cooperation among developing nations, indicating a potential change in global economic dynamics as countries in the global South explore alternatives to traditional Western alliances. Burkina Faso, blessed with abundant resources but landlocked, seeks to capitalize on technological advancements, investment inflows, and market diversification. While the signing of cooperation agreements in sectors such as energy, mining, pharmaceuticals, and vocational training holds promise, translating these agreements into tangible projects will require significant effort. It's crucial to note that US sanctions on Iran may complicate financial transactions and technology transfers, posing challenges for Iranian companies operating in Burkina Faso. Additionally, recent political turbulence in Burkina Faso could introduce uncertainty for foreign investors, adding another layer of complexity to the economic partnership. Nonetheless, regardless of the circumstances, Captain Ibrahim Traoré holds a bold vision for Burkina Faso. He envisions a prosperous, stable, and unified nation where every citizen can realize their full potential. Traoré is deeply committed to combating terrorism and insecurity in certain regions of Burkina Faso, advocating for a comprehensive security strategy that involves strengthening regional cooperation and intelligence capabilities to drive economic growth in the country. Prioritizing investment in agriculture, industry, infrastructure, and education, Captain Traoré aims to create employment opportunities, reduce poverty, and improve the overall quality of life for the populace. His vision embodies the aspirations for a brighter future in Burkina Faso, and his unwavering dedication to the country holds promise for a more prosperous, secure, and cohesive tomorrow. Enhanced trade and economic connections between Burkina Faso and Iran offer substantial mutual advantages. This cooperation holds the promise of increased investment opportunities, job creation, technology transfer, and economic diversification for both nations. Furthermore, it has the potential to encourage people-to-people interactions, cultural exchanges, and diplomatic relations, thereby fostering mutual understanding and respect between Burkina Faso and Iran. Despite the inevitable challenges that may arise, both countries must approach them with a cooperative mindset and a shared objective of mutual advancement. Through ongoing communication, collaboration, and knowledge exchange, Iran and Burkina Faso can establish the foundation for a robust and enduring economic partnership. Please share your thoughts on Iran's efforts to promote trade and economic cooperation with Burkina Faso in the comments section below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for further updates. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay tuned.